Now we're talking about today multiple condition statements, multiple if statements and efficiency. We've spent the whole year going on about this stuff. So multiple selection means you can combine two or more if statements. It's more efficient than having a long list of separate if statements, and there's the reason why it's more efficient. Now here we've got our statements. We said age is 13, and the if age is between 12 and 18, between 5 and 12, less than 5, or you're an adult. Now, using the if, elif, or else if statement, as soon as the program gets an agreement, i.e. this line here, then it will continue on the rest of the program. They'll skip the rest of the lines. This saves processor time and effort. For example, could be written with 4 if statements, but if we use 4 if statements, then each of the if statements will get tested by the processor, even if the answer to the first one is correct. If the first if statement gets an answer that's true, it will still go through the rest of them. As we say here, every line here will be translated through the processor, and that is inefficient. So we use the if, else, method, because as soon as it gets an agreement, the program jumps to the rest of the code. So here we are. Draw a more efficient version of the code below. Pause the video. There we are. Remember what we spoke about earlier? We've been speaking about for a while now. The number of conditions is dependent on the number of choices. And here we've got 2 choices, which means we only need 1 condition. And the condition is if the height is this, between 100 and 150. If there's only 2 options, and at this minute in time that I can only see 2 options, if it's not the first option, then it's the second option. This is obviously efficient. Here we are. Pause the video, write out the more efficient way of writing this code. Once again, we've got 3 choices, which means we only need 2 conditions. If it's between 12 and 18, then you get this message. If it's between 5 and less than 12, then you get this message. Else, you get this message. We don't need the third check. There's only 3 possible. And so once we've done first 1 check, 2 check, that's it. If there's only 3 choices, you've checked 1, checked 2, then that is your answer. And remember, with the version with the 3 if statements, each one of these if statements will have to be processed, even if the first one gets the answer correct. But with the one in the bottom, that will stop the minute it gets an agreement. And here we are. Write out an efficient way of writing the code above. And it looks like we've got 4 conditions. 4 choices, sorry. Pause the video, write your answer. And it's straightforward. We've got our first statement, then we've got our else if for the second statement, we've got our else if for the third statement. Oh, that there. The number of goals is greater than 18, and the bottom one shouldn't be there. That's a typo error. That shouldn't be there because we've got our 3 conditions, and we do not need in the bottom one, the else number of goals, we do not need that. Pretend I've not put that there.